Hey, basketball fans, welcome back to Tips and Streams, your go-to spot for the hottest NBA regular season predictions. I'm Kokan, and I'm here to break down today's matchups and give you the edge you need to make the best bets. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support means the world to us. Remember, our channel has no sponsors and relies solely on the love and support of viewers like you. Even a small donation by pressing the thanks button under the video helps us keep bringing you top-notch content every day. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow basketball enthusiasts. And we love hearing from you, so drop a comment below and let us know what you want to see in our forecasts. Your feedback helps us improve and bring you the content you crave. Let's jump right into today's NBA predictions. We've got some exciting games lined up, so stay tuned and let's get that winning streak going.
Today we have predictions for 5 NBA games. The first prediction for today is for a game between the Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks. Alright, here's the deal. The Heat and Hawks are squaring off, and this one has all the makings of a classic Eastern Conference showdown. Miami holds the historical edge in this rivalry, but honestly, what's in the past doesn't always matter when the ball goes up. This season's opener between the two has some juicy storylines, and I'm all in on how it'll play out. Let's talk Miami first. They're sitting at 15-13, but man, this team is in a weird place right now. Their latest win against the Magic was all about defense and grit. Holding Orlando to 88 points? That's no small feat, especially when you're down your main guy, Jimmy Butler. Tyler Herro stepped up big, dropping timely buckets like he's auditioning for franchise face status. He's been electric all season, averaging 23.8 points while shooting lights out from deep. If there's one dude you can trust to keep Miami afloat right now, it's Herro. But here's the thing, Bam Adebayo has got to wake up. For points against the Magic? Come on, big fella, that's not gonna cut it, especially with Butler out of the mix. Bam's capable of way more, and the Heat need every bit of it against a Hawks team that can fill it up. Miami's supporting cast, Duncan Robinson, Jamie Jaquez Jr., and whoever else they roll out, better bring their A-game, too. The Heat might grind out games with defense and some timely shooting, but without more consistent firepower, they're walking a tightrope. Now, onto Atlanta. This team is on the upswing, riding high after a wild comeback win against the Bulls. Trae Young? The man's a magician. Even banged up with a heel issue, he put the squad on his back with 16 fourth-quarter points to erase a 17-point deficit. But let's not overlook Jalen Johnson. This dude went off for a career-high 30. He was unstoppable, and with DeAndre Hunter and rookie Zachary Razasher also stepping up, the Hawks showed they've got a squad that can throw punches from multiple angles. Atlanta plays at warp speed, the second fastest pace in the league, and that's where they'll try to push Miami. The Heat, on the other hand, are like that old-school vet who slows everything down and grinds it out possession by possession. It's a clash of styles, and whoever controls the tempo will probably come out on top. The Hawks have the edge offensively, no doubt, but they've got to clean up their turnover problem. They're coughing it up way too much, ranking 27th in the league. If Miami's defense sniffs blood in the water there, it could get interesting. That said, I'm rolling with Atlanta here. They've won 5 of their last 7 at home, and this Heat team just doesn't inspire confidence on the road. They've dropped 4 of their last 5 away games. Plus, Butler's absence isn't just about losing points. It's about missing that calming presence, that guy who can take over when things get dicey. Herro's a baller, but putting the entire load on his shoulders against a deep, hot Hawks team feels like a tall order. I think Atlanta's got this one. They're firing on all cylinders offensively, and their ability to speed things up should put Miami on their heels. Sure, the Heat might make it scrappy. They're good at that, but the Hawks have too much firepower and momentum right now. I'm taking Atlanta to win this one. Let's see if they can keep that home court energy rolling.
Welcome to BetUS, Sportsbook and Casino, your ultimate hub for secure and thrilling sports betting and casino gaming. BetUS is one of the oldest and most reliable online sportsbooks in the U.S., serving millions of clients all over the globe each month. BetUS, trusted for over 30 years, offers huge welcome bonuses, countless betting options, and many deposit and payout methods. Depositing funds is a breeze and safe, with a minimum deposit of just $10. Payouts are fast and hassle-free, beginning at only $50. Choose from various payout options like MoneyGram, couriered check, cryptocurrency, or bank wire. Signing up is quick and easy. For signing up, you can use the link in the description and enjoy a generous 125% welcome bonus of up to $3,000. By signing up using the link in the description, you'll also support us as we earn a small commission from your registration at BetUS. Thank you for supporting us. Join now and start winning.
The second prediction for today is for a game between the Milwaukee Bucks and Chicago Bulls. This matchup between the Bulls and Bucks is shaping up to be a fascinating one, with both squads looking to bounce back after some tough losses. The Bucks, who've been heating up after a sluggish start to the season, hit a roadblock when they fell to the Nets without Giannis and Dame. Those two have been Milwaukee's heartbeat, and it showed when they weren't on the floor. Meanwhile, the Bulls had a complete meltdown, blowing a 17-point fourth quarter lead to the Hawks. That kind of collapse leaves a mark, and Chicago will be desperate to make amends on their home court. Milwaukee has been cooking offensively when their stars are in the mix. Giannis is putting up MVP-caliber numbers, and Dame is distributing dimes like a maestro. They've been lethal from deep, ranking among the league's best in three-point shooting, and they've got 5 guys averaging double figures. The chemistry is starting to click, but the big question heading into this game is whether Giannis and Dame will suit up. Both are listed as questionable with an illness, and without them, the Bucks lose a lot of their punch. If they can't go, Chris Middleton and Brook Lopez will have to carry the load. Lopez has been a monster on defense, swatting shots and locking down the paint, but the Bucks' depth will be tested. On the other side, the Bulls have been the definition of inconsistency this season. One game, they look like a team ready to fight for a playoff spot. The next, they're crumbling under pressure. Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic are their anchors, and they'll need to bring their A-game against a Milwaukee defense that can be stingy. LaVine is the spark plug for Chicago's offense, while Vucevic does the dirty work down low. The Bulls have been putting up points, ranking in the top 10 in scoring, but their defense has been a sieve. They're giving up over 121 points a night, and that's just not going to cut it against a team like the Bucks, even if Milwaukee isn't at full strength. For the Bulls, this game is all about tightening up on defense and not letting Milwaukee shooters get into a rhythm. They'll also need to be more disciplined with their shot selection and stay competitive on the boards. Milwaukee's front court, led by Giannis and Lopez, is a handful, and Chicago can't afford to give up too many second-chance points. If LaVine and Vucevic can set the tone early, the Bulls might have a shot at flipping the script. Now, about this Bucks squad, they're the better team on paper, no doubt about it. But with Giannis and Dame potentially out, they're vulnerable. Milwaukee's been able to grind out wins, but Chicago might be catching them at the right time. Still, I'm not ready to trust the Bulls just yet. That fourth quarter implosion against Atlanta showed how shaky they can be in crunch time, and their defensive struggles are a huge red flag. Here's where I'm at with this one. Milwaukee has owned Chicago in this matchup recently, and even with the question marks around their stars, they've got enough depth and firepower to keep this game under control. That said, I'm not expecting a shootout. In their last 5 games in Chicago, the Bucks haven't scored more than 117 points. With Giannis and Dame likely limited or out, I don't see that changing here. My gut says Milwaukee stays under that 117-point mark again. This one feels like a grinder, with both teams scrapping to find their rhythm. Let's see how it plays out. Before we move on, I have a quick favor to ask. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing might seem like a small action, but it actually makes a big impact for us. Plus, it's completely free for you. Have you clicked that subscribe button? Awesome, thank you so much for your support. Now let's dive back into the video. The third prediction for today is for a game between the Phoenix Suns and Golden State Warriors. Man, we've got a spicy one coming up with the Phoenix Suns rolling into the Bay to take on the Golden State Warriors. Both squads are deadlocked in the Pacific Division standings, which only adds to the stakes. The Suns are coming off a big Christmas Day win over the Nuggets, where they shook off a 3-game skid and showed some serious fight. Meanwhile, the Warriors are licking their wounds after letting one slip away against the Lakers on a last-second defensive lapse. The Suns are still without Devin Booker, and let's be real, that's a huge hit. Booker's one of the league's premier scorers, and his absence shifts a lot of weight onto Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal. KD has been his usual smooth self, and Beal matched him bucket for bucket in their win against Denver, dropping 27 points apiece. But if Phoenix is going to make noise here, it's not just about their stars. Guys like Royce O'Neal need to show up like he did last time, spreading the floor and hitting those timely threes. The Suns have struggled on the road this season, sitting at 5-8, and their defense has been shaky, especially when it comes to pressuring opposing guards. That's not exactly a recipe for success against a team like Golden State. Now, speaking of the Warriors, they've been in a bit of a funk. They've dropped 5 of their last 6 games, and while Steph Curry continues to cook, he went off for 38 against the Lakers. He can't do it all by himself. Draymond Green is still the heartbeat of this team on the defensive end, but his scoring has been practically non-existent. If they're going to snap out of this slump, they'll need help from guys like Jonathan Kuminga and, honestly, just about everyone on the roster. The Warriors' ball movement is still elite, and they're good for nearly 29 assists a game, but their three-point shooting isn't quite as lethal as it's been in the past. Phoenix got the better of Golden State in their first matchup this season, a 113-105 win where Booker went off for 27. Without him, the Suns will lean heavily on KD, and you know he's going to be extra motivated against his old squad. The Warriors, though, are deeper, and they'll have the slight advantage of playing at home, where they've been .500 so far. That said, both teams are coming off games just a night before, so fatigue could be a factor. Honestly, this game feels like it's going to be a grind. The Warriors need this win to stop the bleeding, but I'm not sure they can pull away from a Suns team that, even without Booker, has the firepower to keep it close. KD is the ultimate equalizer, and if he and Beal get rolling, the Suns will be right in it. My gut tells me the Warriors squeak out a win at home, but Phoenix covers the 7-point spread. It's hard to trust either of these squads right now, but I'll ride with the Suns to keep it tight. The fourth prediction for today is for a game between the Detroit Pistons and Denver Nuggets. The Detroit Pistons are rolling into this matchup with a head full of steam, riding the momentum of a 3-game winning streak. They've been tearing it up on the road, knocking off some of the Western Conference's heavyweights like the Suns, Lakers, and Kings. These young guns are showing that they're no pushovers anymore. The chemistry is clicking, and their effort on both ends of the floor is paying off in a big way. Now, they've got their sights set on a clean sweep of this road trip as they take on the Denver Nuggets in the altitude of Mile High. Detroit's transformation this season has been wild. Last year, they were stuck in the basement of the league with just 14 wins, but now they're already matching that total before the year's even halfway done. Credit where it's due. They've made all the right moves. Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey have been balling out, consistently giving the Pistons a chance to win every night. And let's not sleep on Jalen Duren. This dude is a beast on the boards, pulling down 9.2 rebounds per game. His presence in the paint has been a game changer, especially defensively, where his shot blocking and hustle fuel their transition game. Throw in guys like Ozar Thompson and Malik Beasley stepping up as reliable options, and suddenly, this Detroit squad has some serious depth. On the other side, you've got the Nuggets, and man, this team has been hard to figure out lately. They're coming off a rough back-to-back, taking a tough loss against the Cavaliers in a high-scoring shootout. Before that, they dropped another one to Phoenix on Christmas Day. The talent's there, no doubt. Nikola Jokic is playing at an MVP level as always, but the team just hasn't been firing on all cylinders. They've been inconsistent, especially in games they should probably handle with ease. Denver's saving grace is their home court advantage. The altitude in Denver has been a nightmare for visiting teams, and the Nuggets have used that to their advantage over the years. They'll need every bit of it here, especially with tired legs from the back-to-back. Jokic will obviously be the focal point, but Denver needs guys like Michael Porter Jr. to step up big. He's got the tools to dominate in the paint and crash the boards, and this is the perfect game for him to remind everyone what he's capable of. If the Pistons want to pull off the upset, they've got to stick to their defensive mindset and force turnovers. This team thrives when they're pushing the pace and knocking down shots from deep. They showed that against Sacramento, rallying from a 19-point hole to snatch the win. That grit and never-quit attitude will be crucial against a Nugget squad that can overwhelm teams when they find their groove. For Denver, the formula is simple: recover, regroup, and let their depth shine. They've been solid in back-to-back situations this season, so there's no reason they can't bounce back here. Jokic is going to do what Jokic does, but the supporting cast needs to carry their weight, especially on the defensive end. They can't afford to let Detroit hang around and build confidence. Here's where I landed on this one. While Detroit has been a great story, I've got to side with Denver here. The Pistons are scrappy and on the rise, but the Nuggets at home are a different beast. Plus, the Pistons are facing a team that, despite some recent hiccups, knows how to handle back-to-backs. I'm backing Denver to cover the minus 5-point spread and pull out a double-digit win. And let's not forget, this game has all the makings of a high-scoring affair. I see this one flying past the 228-point total with plenty of highlights on both sides. Denver gets back on track in this one, no doubt in my mind. The fifth prediction for today is for a game between the Sacramento Kings and Los Angeles Lakers. The Sacramento Kings are set to square off against the Los Angeles Lakers at the Crypto.com Arena, and let me tell you, this is a make-or-break moment for a Kings squad that can't seem to find its footing. The Lakers have already gotten the better of Sacramento in their last 3 meetings, 2 of which were decisive blowouts on the Kings' own turf. With everything on the line, Sacramento is staring at yet another steep climb against a team firing on all cylinders. The Kings season? A complete mess. They're floundering at 13-18, buried in 12th place in the Western Conference, and just can Mike Brown as head coach in hopes of jumpstarting anything. The recent 5-game skid has been brutal, and losing to a struggling Pistons team felt like hitting rock bottom. To add insult to injury, they couldn't even crack 100 points against an Indiana Pacers defense that's, let's be honest, pretty porous. Now, if you're looking for bright spots, De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis are doing their best to keep the sinking ship afloat. Fox has been a walking bucket against the Lakers, putting up 28.3 points per game this season. But man, those turnovers are killing him. 8 in 3 games is not going to cut it. Sabonis has been a monster in the paint, averaging 22 points and 14.3 boards while hitting 64.2% of his shots, but his free throw struggles have been glaring. Those misses at the line? They're costing this team in tight situations. The supporting cast? Inconsistent, to put it mildly. Malik Monk has chipped in 12.6 points per game, but turned it over 10 times in 3 matchups against LA. Keegan Murray, meanwhile, is having a tough go with his shooting, hitting just 38.7% from the field. If these guys can't step up, the Kings are in for a long night. Flip the script to the Lakers, and it's a whole different vibe. Fresh off an electric Christmas Day win over the Warriors, shout out to Austin Reeves for that game-winning layup, the Lakers are sitting pretty at 17-13. Anthony Davis, who tweaked his ankle in that game, says he's ready to roll, and that's massive for LA. The guy's been a beast, averaging 25.7 points and 11.4 rebounds, and let's not forget the 31 he dropped the last time he faced the Kings. LeBron James? Still doing LeBron things. At 23.5 points and 9 dimes a game, he's the engine that keeps this team moving. And let's talk about Reeves. This kid is clutch, putting up 17.4 points per game on crazy efficient shooting. Even if D'Angelo Russell sits out with that thumb injury, the Lakers' depth is solid. Rui Hachimura has been steady, and rookie Dalton Knecht has flashed some real promise. Add in their ability to protect the rim and capitalize on turnovers, and you've got a team built to exploit Sacramento's weaknesses. For the Kings, the blueprint is simple: clean up those free throws, cut down on turnovers, and pray their role players show up. Fox and Sabonis have to be nothing short of spectacular, but even that might not be enough if guys like Monk and Murray can't deliver. The Lakers, on the other hand, just need to keep doing what they've been doing. Lock down Sabonis in the post, keep Fox from running wild in transition, and control the glass. With Davis and LeBron setting the tone and Reeves ready to make big plays, this one feels like theirs to lose. Honestly, I can't put any faith in the Kings right now. They've been a massive letdown this season, and not just on the court. Let's just say they've hit me where it hurts, my wallet. Even with their backs against the wall, I can't see them pulling this off. The Lakers have the talent, the depth, and the home crowd behind them. I'm banking on them not only to win, but to cover that 2-point spread with ease. When the dust settles, I fully expect Davis to dominate, LeBron to orchestrate, and Reeves to close the door. The Kings might show some fight, but it's the Lakers who will be celebrating another W at the Crypto.com arena.